Another On the Couch series with our two trainers, Madison and Bridgie. So here today to talk about, I guess, the benefits of functional training. DMR being a place of functional training, obviously we see a lot of benefits in this sort of training. So I guess the main one that sits out for us that we sort of talked about was being around a sort of a group environment, and yeah, sort of meeting new people.
Yeah, absolutely. Having fun with your friends and obviously learning new things every single time.
Yeah, I mean, and it takes your training to a whole other level when you're in this sort of environment. Yeah, just getting like-minded people around you and really pushing you. So stepping up your training game, definitely.
Yeah, I guess, and over a period of time it's maintainable to be able to continue to, you know, train in a group environment and being around all sorts of different people.
And you can definitely hit a plateau just training by yourself.
Yeah.
It does take a fair amount of motivation to train by yourself all the time. So yeah, being around people, it's always going to push you and make you want to come back and want to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then moving on to the next one.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me when it comes to functional training is that it is exactly that. It is functional training. We're performing movements that are going to help us with everyday life. You know, farmers carries, carrying shopping, any overhead work, just even simple things. It sounds funny saying it, but if you're at home putting stuff on the shelf, it's all these sort of movements that we're doing in a controlled manner. It's gonna benefit with more than just being in the gym.
And I guess like movement when you move out of home, or when once you help move your parents move out, or under whatever, having to pick up that couch or that microwave and holding that good stable spine position, like doing a deadlift, you know what I mean, and picking it up and be able to carry it in a safe manner, I guess is a big thing. And then you're looking at sort of your unilateral work, so you're working the opposites in your core stability. So obviously it's going to increase your resistance to not getting injuries as well.
And doing full body movements like we put on here, you're fixing those sort of muscular imbalances. A lot of people will go to the gym and it's good. It is beneficial to train different muscle group every day. But
100%.
if you're in here, you're doing full body movements. You're not. It's very easy to fall into the trap of training a muscle group too much, and you might end up favouring one arm as opposed to the other, or one leg versus the other.
And you can perform these movements in the gym. For example, when we're doing our strength work, instead of doing your typical bench press, we're using a dumbbell with just one arm and then just focusing on not getting tilted to that side by bracing our left hand side as we're pushing with our right.
And working that core even more again.
And able to use these muscles in different ways is a big thing too. So
I think also going back to injury prevention as well. I mean, coming from someone who has been through a fair bit of injuries, having that functional fitness, having that core stability and all that kind of stuff, it does bring that resistance. And you do notice if you're really lacking of training and you're really sore and you feel you're getting injured, it's because you're not doing things properly. And I can't express the importance of actually doing that functional fitness to prevent those injuries from happening.
And in a safe environment, we're all trainers here, and Lauren as well, being under the watchful eye of people that are qualified as well. Us putting in the time to be able to program the sessions to better people, not only whether it be performance but everyday life, and making sure we're not getting injured, whether it's ankle muscle growth or stability on the footy field, or for yourself, Madison, working on your knees on the netball court. There's a lot of pressure on the knees. So
and we do classes where last night, for instance, where we're literally breaking down movements to ensure that we're performing it correctly, so we don't lead to injury. I mean, I'm a good example as well. Like a few years ago, went too heavy on a deadlift. My form was absolutely horrible. Slipped disc in my back, and it affects everything from that point onwards. Everyday stuff, everyday life. So,
but it's not worth it.
Yeah, and the functional training, that's where it's so beneficial.
For sure. But that's sort of our opinions on functional training and what we sort of deliver here in regards to the functional training side of things. We're going to continue to do some of these videos where we break down nutrition and protein post-workout and benefits of carbohydrates and everything we can sort of think of. If you guys have any questions or anything you want us to answer back to you, please feel free to ask Bridgie, myself, or Maddie, and we'll do a bit of a video on it. So, thanks, Mads. Thanks, Bridgie, and good stuff.